A couple of years after I was selected as an astronaut, before I was assigned to fly in space, I was volunteered to go on a cold weather expedition with some other astronauts to Cold Lake, Canada. And Cold Lake is named very appropriately. It's a big lake, and it's really, really cold. And I was a little concerned about this assignment because although I knew I had to do it, I wasn't really that thrilled. I liked the outdoors, but I was not much of an outdoorsman. I grew up in New York, and how was I going to be in this situation? And it was really, really cold. Another thing that kind of complicated it is that's me that's the astronauts on the back, that's me on the right, is that two people away from me, the guy in the middle with the black hat is Charlie Precourt, and Charlie was the chief of the astronaut office, Air Force colonel. So here I'm going out there into this uncomfortable environment with the boss there to observe me firsthand. So I was a little worried about that. And it was pretty miserable. It was cold. It was 0 most of the time or below. At night, it went down to -20, -40 degrees. We didn't get much sleep. They were waking us up in the middle of the night to do different things. Sometimes we had to move camp. Sometimes we had to find supplies. Sometimes we had to do experiments that they had us do, take measurements. And so we were tired. We were really cold. I got frostbite on my feet. I was just like, why am I doing this? I don't like this at all. And after about a week of this, Sergeant Norris came up to me, our instructor. He's a Canadian Army guy. He's in the front row there, the guy on the far left with the impressive mustache. He comes up to me and he says, Massimino, I want you to pick one of your crewmates. Tonight at 3 a.m., you're going to get up, walk across the lake to these coordinates, pick up supplies, and bring them back with the sled. And I said, walk across the lake? He goes, yes. I go, you sure it's safe to walk across the lake? And he goes, put his foot, and then he goes, you hear that? You realize you are standing on the lake right now. I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's solid enough, we'll be okay. So I took with me my friend Greg Shamatov. This is Greg. He's in the back row with the other astronauts. He's far left. Greg and I went to graduate school together, and Greg loved the outdoors. He was an Eagle Scout. He was just having the best time out there. I said, this is the right guy. He's my friend. If we get lost, he'll get us back. And if we encounter a bear, he'll know what to do. So Greg and I set off on this trek at 3 a.m. and we get about halfway across the lake. And I was like, wait a minute, Greg, let's just stop here for a second and look around. Let's just look around here for a minute. It was beautiful. We were out in the middle of nowhere, just pure wilderness. It was a very clear night. The stars above us were beautiful, so clear. The air was fresh. Only thing we could hear was our own breathing. That's the only thing we could hear. It was so peaceful. I said, Greg, this is amazing. I remember a couple of years ago, you and I were trying to do our homework in our dorm rooms, and now we're out here having this wonderful adventure together. He said, yeah, Mike, pretty amazing. And from that point on, my attitude changed, and the whole experience changed for me. Yeah, I was still cold. Yeah, I still had frostbite. Yeah, I still was not getting very much sleep. But I decided I was going to embrace this situation. I was going to make the best of it. I was going to learn what I could, and I was going to take those experiences with me moving forward. And I'm trying to do the same thing now. We're in a bad situation with this COVID-19. It's disrupted our lives, our personal lives, being able to see family and friends, and also our businesses. We've had to make lots of changes, but I'm trying to embrace the situation as best I can. Try to make the most of it. We don't like this, we're stuck with it, but we have to do the best we can, learn what we can, and then moving forward, take those experiences and those lessons learned with us to do better in the future.